How are you guys doing tonight? Just wanted to show you a little bit of what I've been up to. Been kind of busy working again. Has too much work going on. Anyway, I was talking to Mr. West the other day. He has put up a couple videos showing a triangular fuselage using that Dollar Tree foam board. I thought it was a pretty cool idea, so I thought I'd try it out, and I wanted to show you guys what I've been doing with that. And I've got some progress done on my FB drone. I'm pretty happy with it so far. Anyway, we'll get on going, and I'll show you what I've done. Here's my triangular fuselage plane. See right there, it's kind of the same idea that he was talking about. It's got a little bit folded up there in the middle. It's where I glued a little bit, and I put a little bit of tape on there just to kind of cover that glue up. You know, granted, you know, when this thing's, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 feet in the air, you're probably not going to see it, but you know, when it's hanging on a wall, you could see it, and I didn't really care for the glue, so I put some tape on there to cover that up, make it a little prettier. It's got the wings is the Armin design that Ed from Experimental Airlines has been demonstrating for us, you know, for the past couple of months. We've got 2 aileron flaps cut out up there. Here on the back side, kind of the same stabilizer idea that he's done. I've got an elevator flap here on the back side. You can see that, I think so. I got that on there. There's a rudder flap. That was kind of neat. Here's my battery hatch, or the electronic hatch, I guess. I took a couple batteries in there. There's my Spectrum receiver on there. I've got a couple servos hooked into it now because I was kind of toying with that. I need to get some extensions for that. I put a small rare earth magnet right here in the tape, and right down here in the body to keep that down, and it snaps down all by itself real well. Oops, I got the wire caught in there. Get that back in there. Pop, just like that. That works out pretty well. But that's what it looks like from the top. Flip this thing over. And that's what it looks like from the bottom. I'm pretty happy with it. Just waiting on the electronics to come in, and I get that hooked up. Go over here. Mr. West, this one's my progress on my FB drone. You know, for some reason when I see this thing on your videos, the FB drone that you've got doesn't look this big. I don't know if it's just, you know, the camera view does something weird to it or what, but actually probably really can't tell. Let me set this down over here on the floor. Putting it right on the black sawhorses probably doesn't help a whole lot, so let's go over here to the floor. Take that off there. There's the main wing with the rear booms back to the tail wing. I did the flaps in black tape and the rest of the plane in white. I just took some of that black packing tape and I covered up the carbon fiber arrows, because they were the arrows I have. You know, they're all camouflage. My wife and I, she and I bow hunt every year, so you know, I don't know, all of my arrows are camouflage. And so, you know, for the time being, I just put the black packing tape on there, just cover that up. I gotta, let's see, this is strip of that Dollar Tree foam board. I think it's 5.5 inches to help hold both wing sections together. So I can get this turned over. There we go. Mr. West, I did. I think I pretty much did exactly what you said. You know, you've got your safety wire, I believe you called it. You know, you took a section of that, you folded it in half and made a loop, and ran that over your arrow shaft, run that through the wing, and go down and around the spar that's inside the wing. It comes back through and ties. I took a pair of needle nose pliers and I twisted that, you know, awfully tight. Did the same thing on the back spar. The first spar on here, I believe it's just a solid 48-inch dowel rod. It was 3/8 diameter. The one back here, I cut it down to 36 inches because when I got both the 48-inch dowel rods home, I accidentally stepped on the one and busted a little bit of the end off, so I cut that off just at an even number, made it 36 inches and split the difference. But yeah, I did that on both sides. Here on the back, let me get up here. Got get the camera turned here. The tail wing, my arrow shaft comes back through here, all the way here to the back. And I just took a couple scrap pieces of that foam board and doubled this up, hot glued everything down. And my fuselage over here, I did that in the white and the black packing tape. I actually originally was just going to do the whole thing in just the all white. But I got thinking about it, and yeah, I wanted a little bit of contrast, so I added the black on the nose cone, and back over here I put flip this thing back over. I put the black on the control surfaces, on the joiner piece, on the runners like what you've got underneath yours. I still have yet to get the tail vertical stabilizers put on there. I actually just got done doing all this, so I haven't had time to get that on there yet. Oh, Ed, if you're catching this video, if you look here, I actually did that kissing tape that you were talking about. First couple of times I've tried it, it was actually, yeah, I mean, there is definitely a skill that you have to get, that you have to acquire to do that and have it look right. Actually, on this plane, I did it right the first time. So I guess practice does make perfect. I don't know how perfect that is, but you know, I didn't have any bubbles in it, and I'm pretty impressed with that. So Ed, thanks a lot for that. That really looks good. Now, if I could just get good enough to get to be able to put the packing tape on, you know, like a flat surface or round edges, you know, like. Well, you know, whatever, without getting a bunch of bubbles in there, because I don't know if maybe I was just rushing it earlier tonight and I was getting a bunch of bubbles, but I sat there with my knife and I poked at them and got them all smoothed out. So anyway, back to the fuselage. Got, you know, the black nose, the white fuselage. Here's my center line. I got a couple carbon fiber arrow shafts in here. You know, the rubber bands will go up and around the wing. I got, let's see, here in the front, I'm going to cut out a little area here, because I've got that small, that keychain camera. I've got one of those. You know, for the price of that thing, I think I paid, it was like $8.80 or something like that with shipping out of Hong Kong. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, it's certainly not high definition, but you know, it works out. It works pretty good. Mr. West, I really liked how you put your inline wheels on there on your FB drone. I watched that video a couple of times, see how you did that, and I really liked it, so I thought I'd do the same thing. I had a piece of carbon fiber rod left over from my Peace Drone build, which I'm still working on it too. I gotta get back to that. But got the carbon fiber shaft or rod cut. I think it's just a 3-inch piece that spans across the hole that I cut out for the wheel. Hot glued it to the fuselage, and I had a couple scrap pieces of masonite. It's just tempered masonite here that I cut and put on there and man, I certainly glued the heck out of that. But see that? I mean, man, they spin real good. I actually picked up the wheels at Harbor Freight. My wife works over there. She was able to get me a couple at a decent price. And yeah. So, but that's pretty much what I've been up to lately. Trying to get through this. Trying to get through the stress at work, and trying to get back home and be able to play around. Take a look at my workbench here. I mean, it looks like I'm doing something. I don't know if I'm doing something or if I'm just simply making a mess. But either way, I'm having a ball. And all right, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.